So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all the towers that have been affected by crappy LEDs and a modern LED takeover. And towers like the Walmart tower, the first one at least, will not count because it only counts for towers with that used to have other beacons but now have crappy LEDs or either modern LEDs. And this one has the Walmart tower has a mysterious night mode only LED that is currently unknown. And it's currently unknown right now to me and Wise Aiden. So yeah, we're not going to be including towers that have mysterious LEDs. So we're just going to be looking at towers that used to have strobes or incandescents that have been replaced by crappy LEDs or either modern LEDs. Because from 2013 to 2017, or probably in early 2018, every single brand new tower that I know of got a crappy LED, because that was the crappy LED era. Right now we're currently in the middle of the modern LED takeover, which is literally basically replacing every single beacon, every single cool beacon on every single cool tower that I know of and grew up with. No, those modern LEDs are well, FA is just like, look at this tower. This tower here is memorable and all that crap, has a good beacon, and just this random kid grew up with it for all and used to see it throughout his life back then. What shall I do? What shall I do? It has an incandescent beacon. Ooh, let's replace it with a white and red modern LED with flashing side markers. Tower number 1. This tower here was affected by the crappy LED era, the first Lowe's tower. And if you hear me, if you hear a mixing bowl, and me trying to eat stuff out of it, we just made a batch of cookies earlier, like an hour ago, and I get to eat some of the cookie dough now, and we don't have enough room for some cookies, so we put them back in the bowl, and me and my sister are sharing it because she found out about it. And yeah, siblings, that's the reason why siblings can suck sometimes. This tower here used to have flash technology FH310. I don't know if the FH310s are I don't know if they're only able to do the slow night mode flash. I always believed that they did flashed they did the quick night mode flash because they only shine white, but I think the FH08s are the ones that do that. So this may have used to have an FH08. Regardless, it had a single strobe on it that had a quick flash at night mode. It's just like an LED beacon. And then 2014, me and my family were heading out in really early in the morning, but the sun was really rising and stuff, because I think it was somewhere around I'm not too sure. It was probably summer because the days are longer there. So we're just leaving on our way to Florida and all that. And I seen the first Lowe's tower, and it had its LED, but at first I thought it was just the beacon that was still on night mode. And the second Lowe's tower is already on day mode and all that, and some other towers like the new Highway Patrol tower, the red and white guide tower with a single strobe. Those towers were on their day mode and stuff. But since this one had an LED and had the same exact flash, like a night mode on a single strobe, quick flash, I thought it was just a strobe, but still on night mode. Then eventually it was still flashing like that over and over and over every single day. And I was just like, you know what? This single strobe's having problems because currently it's stuck on night mode. Took me years to find out that this was an LED. Um, I think somewhere around 2018 is the realization that this was an LED beacon. I don't remember my reaction. I think I had mixed feelings about it, really. The old single strobe did have a problem with it as well. It will flash it will flash 3 times and then it will stop flashing for like 5 seconds or 3, I don't know. I think it was 5 seconds. And then it'll flash 3 times again, and then it'll pause for 5 seconds. It'll flash three times again, pause for 5 seconds. It did not do that on night mode. That's the reason why I love the night mode more on this tower than the day mode when it had its strobe, because it flashed constantly. It didn't take any breaks. It flashed like it was supposed to and stuff. I'm pretty sure that there's a white only crappy LED. John Boyack, along with another tower enthusiast, said that they look like the Vanguard LEDs, because that's the real name of these beacons. I don't know if they're actually if you pronounce it Vanguard or I don't know really, but that's what I call them. But I like to call them crappy LEDs. So yeah, the first Lowe's tower, wielder of the white only crappy LED. Here's the next tower. This tier has been affected by the modern LED takeover. It used to have a flash technology dual strobe on it. You can see it up on the tower since this is old street view. Somewhere around 2019, somewhere past the middle, like 3/4 into 2019. This or maybe it was 2020. I'm not too sure really, but I see it's been a while since I've seen it, since we don't come to this area that much, because we only have my first grandparents on my dad's side. They live they live at a trailer park, which is down this highway, but not too far away. They're just right next to city limits and all that. So you have to drive past this tower in order to get there. So yeah, I always see this tower with its dual strobe, and when I found out that I had an LED, it hit me. It really did. I was just like, I always known it for its dual strobe. I remember the days when me, my grandma, and my sister would be driving on the highway, going to certain places, and listening to like 80s, 90s, or 80s, 70s, all that stuff on the radio and stuff. And I'll always look out the window to see this tower, and yeah, and yeah, it was nice and stuff. Man, I really miss it. Usually, when it comes to towers getting modern LEDs around 2019 and currently 2020, usually they come with flashing sign markers, because yeah, but since I did tell you this was replaced around 2019 or probably the very beginning of 2020, I well, I didn't notice this earlier, but I seen I don't know why I'm turning up my volume, but I seen it switch to night mode. The markers were steady, and I seen it all as normal because this tower always had steady markers. Then I had there's one time where I was just playing on my phone in my room, looking at towers and all that, and I had a realization of holy crap, this tower here does not have flashing sign markers, but it has a modern LED. Holy crap, this tower is super lucky. And though it was not during the time where I found out that the second Walmart tower got its modern LED. It was before all of that when I realized that. I still didn't. I was getting tired of flashing sign markers in general. So that's the reason why I was so happy when I realized those aren't flashing sign markers. Holy crap! Here is the next tower. Let's go to some older street view real fast, so I can show you what it used to look like. All right, here it is. This is an old AT&T long lines tower. This is what it used to look like when it had its horns and all that. This here, I bet it used to have an incandescent beacon once in its life, but when the days when we went to St. Louis and all that around that area, when I first actually started to notice this tower's existence, because I actually got to see it for the first time and all that, I was just like, ooh, that's cool. And then later on in 2014, the tower was modified, and let me show you what it looks like now. This is what the tower looks like now. It looks like it's been turned into a radio tower. Those look like radio antennas on there. But the tower got extended with an extensional with a piece on it. And instead of reusing the dual strobe, they just threw the dual strobe away and added a crappy LED on the top of this new piece of the tower. It's not even painted red and white like the rest of the tower. At least the one that's close to Laking, when it got modified and all that, at least its top piece is painted red and white, unlike this one. So yeah, this sadly has a crappy LED now. There's one time where I did see it off in a distance while I'm going home from my friend's house. Um, it was on night mode and all that, and yeah, it was on night mode and all that. The markers were working and all that. So it has three markers, but it's a four-legged tower. So yeah, I know the reason why is because markers only come in three pairs, because usually towers nowadays are built always have three legs and no more than that, really, sadly enough. That's the reason why I love four-leg towers more than three-leg towers. So yeah, there, like I was saying earlier, it was on night mode. It was flashing normally, but it was not flashing red. It was flat. It was still flashing white. I do remember that. I do remember seeing all of that and stuff. The markers were red. They're lit up. The beacon itself was flashing like it was on night mode, but the color was not right. So I don't know what happened there, but I do remember seeing something like that happen to this tower. Here's the next tower, which I believe this one has a crappy LED, but it was affected around the beacon got replaced in around the crappy LED era. This tower used to have a white only single strobe on it with the quick flash night mode. Um, I don't remember what year it got. I don't know what year the LED replaced that beacon, but if I had to guess, it was probably somewhere around 2016 or 17. I'm not I'm not too sure. But this no longer has its single strobe. Um I believe it's a crappy LED because it was a crappy LED era, along with it has the same exact night mode as the first Lowe's tower. Basically the day mode and the night mode on these LEDs, the flash rate is the same and all that, but it's just dimmer in general. It just gets dimmer. Is there no street view there? Oh, there is street view here. So so yeah, this here has been affected by the crappy LED era, sadly enough. And this is a memorable tower. I remember I always called this tower the opposite of another tower down. I called it the opposite of this tower. I was just like, oh, these two towers are just brothers in general. Like they're somewhat close to each other. The tower's down there, but that's a different tower that you're able to see. Oh, hey, look, you're able to see it flash. Isn't that nice? Now there's a hair on my screen. Get off, hair. All right, so that's what you get. That's what you get for giving your cat attention and all that. So yeah, I always call it the opposite of this tower, since they had the opposite beacons. This one has a flash technology dual strobe, and that one there used to have a flash technology single strobe. Two opposites. So yeah. And every time when I was little, like around like 2011 to 2011 to like the 2013, like when these little Springfield trips were so memorable at the most. I remember we always drive past these towers, and I always known that one for being, oh, that's for being the one tower that only shines white or blue, because I used to call them blue beacons back then. I don't anymore. So yeah, that's why I always said. And now that's gone. FAA ruined that with a crappy LED. But at least it's white only, so I don't have to deal with the really horrible night mode of the normal crappy LEDs. Next up on the list, a KGPW tower. Wait a second. Never mind, I just realized the LED here is kind of unknown, but it's not crappy nor modern, so it's not qualified to be on the list. I forgot about that. Next on the list, this little monopole here, which surprisingly has a beacon. This here used to have a flash technology dual strobe on it for all its life. There's the weird malfunction you can see. The markers are on, but the beacon looks like it's still flashing white. So yeah, don't know what's going on there. So this here used to have a flash technology dual strobe, but somewhere around 2019 it was replaced. It was replaced with a modern LED. At least it doesn't have flashing sign markers. It was replaced around the same time as another monopole that looks similar to this and size as well. This one. And they also used to have a flash technology dual strobe. This is the first ever tower that I ever seen that had a white and red beacon without markers. So yeah, this tower was very special to me because of what I just told you. And it now has a modern LED, sadly. But since it was a strobe lights, I believe strobe lights just look brighter in general than LEDs really. Um, but it was since how small it was, the beacon just looked brighter in general, more bright than it should have been. Like you could just come up from the road down there, and you could just see the brightness of this beacon when it flashes. And this road here is the main road that me and my family take usually when we enter. Every time we go to Springfield, we take this road at least once, just at least once. Every time we come down here, and I'll always see this tower. And I was just so amazed how it doesn't have any markers, even if it has a white and red beacon. But somewhere around, man, that makes it all sad. Somewhere around, it's still all right. Somewhere around 2000 and 2019, before school started in August, the dual strobe was replaced with a stupid LED. This stupid modern LED. And thank God it doesn't have many markers, and it still has no markers. Thank God they didn't ruin that about the tower either. So but they still ruined the tower with the beacon, the LED. I hate this. I hate this. At least it's not a modern LED. I mean a crappy LED, like some other towers I know of. Um. So yeah, the tower is fairly memorable. Um. There's the Tower of the Past. That's still a Tower of the Past. Here's the Tower of the Future. And it's not good. They ruined this tower. They ruined all of it. But you know what? There's a beacon fate that I consider even more sad than this one. The second Walmart tower. This here, I already told you this story multiple times, but this here used to be the wielder of the almighty white and red single strobe, aka the FH06 beacon. This is the very first tower ever seen with this beacon. The very first tower in general where this is the very first time I ever known that single strobes could shine red, other than red strobes, since those count as single strobes as well. So there's that somewhere around September, this beacon was replaced by a modern LED, and I found out on a little 1 day vacation down here at Springfield. You know, once I found out that I really want to make a video of this at night. Since the last time we stayed down here, I didn't, because I didn't want to bug my dad about it. Since he already had to go through other towers, we already had to go through other stuff to film other towers. He went out of his way to do all that for the YouTube channel. But that's not it. But our hotel that we stayed at the time was just down there, and you're able to have the best, you have the best view of this tower. And once I found out that the hotel it was very close to this tower and you're able to get the best view, I was just like, yes, yes, now I can finally film it at night. And then I was at Battlefield Mall, which is down there, and that's why I found out that this had an LED. I just got a notification on YouTube. You can tell I was really not happy. If you're able to read my mind at that moment, you can tell how mad I was. I was just like, no, no. And literally just right before I found that out, I was joking about, oh, imagine if it had an LED, and I just found out right now. I'll literally just destroy FAA. And guess what? That joke actually became a reality. I was just like, no. I was so pissed off. I was mad. They ruined this tower. Our hotel was just right there next to that other monopole, right next to it as well. And I was just so happy. I got to actually I was going to make another video of this, the fourth video. I was going to film it at day once more, and at night, like I really wanted to. The fourth video of this tower was supposed to showcase the night mode of this single strobe, but that never ever happened. So yeah. And it also has flashing sign markers, which really pissed me off even more. That's what permanently turned me off of flashing side markers. Gee, this video is already 22 minutes long and going 23 minutes now. Now it just reached the point of 23 minutes. So there's two towers in this area that I want to show you, since they've been ruined by the crappy LED era. This tower, along with that tower back there as well. Starting off with this tower used to have a flash technology single strobe on it. And it had the quick flash night mode as well, along with the LEDs basically, since they have a quick flash. They had the same exact quick flash. They had the same exact flash as a single strobe on night mode, quick flash only, not the slow flash. So this is a red and white guide tower. So yeah, this here I believe may have a crappy LED, since it has the same exact night mode as the other two towers that used to have single strobes, but now have what I believe to be crappy LEDs, since all three of them have the same exact day mode and night mode. So yeah, I've seen this at day and night. Now let's move on to the other one, which I think it may be even worse. This is another red and white guide tower. It looks much cooler than the other one in my opinion. So there it is, and it's all in all its glory. It's a cell tower along with I don't know what those antennas are really. This tower here used to have actually, let me just tell you that after I show the LEDs, but currently this now has two crappy LEDs at the top of it. You can see one, and you're able to see the other. You're able to see both of them. There's one on one side and the other on the other side. So yeah, this here used to have now, well, actually, now then, let me show you what it used to have. Oh, and it also has flashing sign markers as well, which flash the exact same way as crappy LEDs on night mode. Here's a better view of both the LEDs on top. And now, this here is older street view. Let's look at it again. You see what's up there? Yep. I hope you guys can see that, but that is an old school incandescent beacon. And it also had two sets of sign markers as well. You're able to see one set there. I don't know where the other set is, but it's kind of hard to see the other set, but there is two sets of sign markers on it. So yeah, this is another case of a red beacon being replaced by a white and red beacon, which is really cursed in my opinion. So there it is. I hate what they did to this tower. I much prefer it with the old beacon since it had two sets of sign markers as well, and since this is a old school incandescent beacon, which in my opinion has a much more redder, which gives off a much more red flash. It looks even more red than the modern LEDs in my opinion. And that's going to end part one of this, since I am going to split this into a few parts, since there's a lot of towers in my area that have been affected by the crappy LED era and the modern LED takeover. So yeah, I'm going to end this right here since it's 26 minutes long. So I'll see you guys later and bye. I hate you.